All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Friday.
Friday.
Looking forward to the weekend?
No.
No point.
Wow. Guess feeling a little down this morning?
No. Quite alright.
Yes, well. Gonna be a long day, I got a feeling. All right, join us in reading this morning 1 John chapter 2, and what did we decide?
15 through 17.
Yep.
Verses 15 through 17 of 1 John chapter 2. All right, let's do it.
Do not love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
For everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, comes not from the Father, but from the world.
The world and its desires pass away, but the man who does the will of God lives forever. All right. So, what's going on in our text today?
Talking about
Worldly desires.
All right. So we continue to see contrast, light and dark, love versus a godly versus worldly
right.
living. And now, that leaves us where we are today. We've been talking about loving our brothers and sisters, loving other people, living a loving lifestyle, and now there's another side to love, evidently.
Do not love the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you have to be a little choosy about whom and what you love, don't you?
Sure.
Because you hear more and more love, 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 love. Just as long as you're loving, everything's okay, and love wins, and love is good. As long as you can say it's love, everything's fine. Evidently, that's not always the case, wouldn't you say? Because right here in verse 15, we have the clear implication that you can love things that you ought not love. It's still love, isn't it?
Sure.
Sure it is, but is it good?
No.
No.
That's why I like how the Greeks have different definitions of love. Makes
Yeah,
a lot more sense.
divide it up.
Right.
But I think even if we were to look at the different
Right,
Greek,
yeah. But I still like that.
the object of your love is not always good, right? Okay, so I think there's a pretty major point in our text today. Just because you can categorize your actions as love, or the motivation as some kind of love, doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. All right, so what are we not to love? Do we find out in our text today?
The world.
And it's worldly things.
Yeah.
And usually saying, he's the world's sinfulness and wickedness.
Okay. Yeah. Loving things in the world can quickly lead us to sin, to doing things in darkness, is the way John put it before, right? And in fact, he said everything in the world, the cravings of sinful man, lust of his eyes, boasting of what he has done.
And it does not come from God.
Yeah. Is it love? And technically it is, right? I mean, it is. But is it good?
No.
No, it's the opposite of good. And then finally, verse 17, putting all that in perspective in a bit of a positive perspective right at the end. The world and its desires pass away. All the things that we can seem so important to us today, and we just have to have this thing, it's fleeting, right? And the only thing that lasts forever, lives forever, in fact, verse 17 tells us, the person who does the will of God lives forever. Everything else passes away. So, how do we apply that to our lives today?
We don't live our lives worldly things.
Right.
Keep our perspective. Be choosy about what we love, what we are passionate about, what we put our time and energy and effort into, what it is that we want to accomplish, our goals, and what it is we do in our daily lives, the decisions that we make. All ought to be based in love, but love must have an object, and that object must be good. And ultimately, we know that the only thing that is good, purely good, is God. Yes, good one. Yeah. So keep our focus, the focus of our lives, the focus of our enthusiasms, our love, our energy on godly things, on God and His glory, and doing His will, as verse 17 makes clear. And then we're doing all right, living a joyful, abundant, full life the way we are meant to, and we are not stumbling on anything. Right?
Yeah,
Pretty clear application.
pretty clear.
Anything else that you add to that?
No.
All right. Well, that seems straightforward enough, huh? Easier said than done, perhaps, but let's go out and consider today what things in our lives that we love that perhaps ought to get a second look and ought to be discarded as fleeting, and how we can direct more of our energy and our love for doing the will of God and for bringing glory to Him. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. Go out and have a great day doing that. Lord bless you until we're together again. Have a great weekend.